because they were smoking marijuana in their house or on their property. Yes, ma'am.
When I said about him, that's the only thing about cutting the grass. He said about to find somebody else, but he usually does things I ask him to do around the house without control, without mouth. He'll do things, but that's not the point. My point here is not that he doesn't do things around the house. My point is he needs to grow up on his own.
Oh, I know.
That's the point I'm trying to make. Not that he didn't do anything around the house when he got tired of cutting the grass, but my point is he needs to be out of there on his own because he's going to stay there forever. I saw on TV years ago where this man, 40-some years old, still at home, parents had to put him out.
Oh, I know.
That's the point I'm trying to make. Not that he didn't do anything around the house when he got tired of cutting the grass, but my point is he needs to be out of there on his own because he's going to stay there forever. I saw on TV years ago where this man, 40-some years old, still at home, parents had to put him out. He didn't want to leave. 40 years old. He's 16. And he doesn't, I mean, he's skinny, but he eats a lot. He uses more paper towels than the paper towel store. Everything he does, he washes his hands. His hands are cleaner than his feet, cleaner than his mouth. I think he washes a whole roll of paper towels. And so when he gets money sometimes, I tell him to buy some things. He gets a few bucks sometimes playing these games. So I put down he has to buy paper towels, tissue paper, because he uses more paper towels, and he uses a lot of water. So I had to start telling him he's going to have to pay the water bill. I don't ask him to pay anything because he had a job and didn't make that much money. And so I didn't feel I needed to. But I mean, the point is I want him to go and be on his own. That's my real thing here. He needs to be out of there because I can't get him out. He doesn't go out of the house except to do something for me. He stays in that house 24/7. Doing nothing but playing those games half the time. But he'll do it, take out the garbage. He'll wash the dishes after a while. He'll clean up his room. But that's not my job. I mean, the point, I want him out of there to be on his own because that's what I'm looking at. So I'm tired of folks blaming me for me and my family doing nothing. I'm the blame.
No. She did right. See, this is the thing. She did right to take his ass to court. Look, he's 20 years old. Now, this is Judge Simpson's court. Those of y'all have never heard of Judge Simpson. None of you that have never heard of Judge Simpson. Judge Simpson is a hell of a judge out there. But there's a 20-year-old grandson that won't do nothing. He done had a job here or there for a few weeks, and that's it. He just sits around the house and plays video games all day and half the night. And what she's saying is she wants him to get out because he needs to learn how to get his own place. Let me tell you guys something. If you coddle these children, you are looking for them to end up in courtrooms. And I don't mean this courtroom because she's trying to she is evicting her grandson. But they'll be in front of a judge. So would you rather be them sitting in front of a judge? Or would you rather them be sitting in front of you? That's why I say around the 6th grade, you need to talking to these young boys and young girls saying, hey, well, especially the boys. I would just say the boys. That, hey, you got junior high school coming up, and then you got 4 years of high school. After that, you got to find something to do. And you got to talk to them about open up a newspaper, or show them online. This is how much apartments rent for out here. This is how much it costs to rent houses out here. These are the price of cars. Take them to a website. This is the price of used cars out here. You think you drive my shit? No, you got to get your own car. You have 6 years to go to school, Graduate high school and figure out what you're going to do with your life. And at some point during high school, you need to get a part-time job so that, or at least in the summertime at least, so that you can buy some kind of a used car so that when it's time for you to graduate high school, you'll own a used, raggedy car, but it'll be paid for and it'll be yours so that you can get around. You can go to college or you can, get a regular job or go to technical schools and shit like that. Like this woman was just saying, Job Corps at age 21, they stopped taking kids. I thought it was 24. I'm getting ready to look into that because I thought it was 24. But just think, Job Corps is when they teach you a skill, and then after they teach you the skill, then you go out in the world and you try to do that job. Job Corps. But it's for young adults. An adult is being 18 years old. So young, and it's to help you in life. Then there's tech schools. If we don't talk to our children about life, they're going to end up selling drugs to buy a video game. Selling dope to buy one small bag of weed. No, this is what it's come down to, y'all. If you don't talk to your children, what's going to happen is they're not going to graduate. If you don't graduate high school, chances are you ain't going to be allowed in the military today. Today, in today's world, if you got a criminal record and you black trying to get in the military, you're going to have a very, very hard time. It's almost impossible now. Now they're talking about DEI rules and all this types of shit. This is the different world that we're living in. And it's wrong to just allow a child to grow up and don't sit them down when they're young and explain to them, hey, there's stages in life. This is the stage you're in. You're in the 6th grade, or you're in the 7th grade, right? When you get to this next phase, that's high school. When you finish high school, ass out, you're grown. You got to find something to do. You got to go in the military, or you got to go to college, or you got to go to a tech school, or you can try to get a job working at a factory and hope you get lucky and get a career job. That rarely happens. Now, I know a lot of y'all are confused, right? Because it has happened for a few people. Let me say it again. R-A-R-E, rare. That rarely happens, right? So when they start talking about, well, the jobs don't pay much, and so I don't want to work on a job. I went through that phase, right? I got in the truck. Trucking saved my life. I tell you. If it wasn't for being a CDL driver.
Continue on the current road.
I don't know what my life would have turned out. I have no idea. I have no, I'd be cooking somewhere. For real, for real. But I'm saying you got to talk to these kids. The longer you allow them to just stay home, lay around, do nothing, play video games, man, and God forbid, you got a habit and you give it to them. You smoke weed, so you turn them on to smoking weed. And then now they got a habit, and they dropped out of high school, and they don't do shit. They got years of just laying around doing nothing. Make them do something. Make them get out and mow the grass. Make them get out. I remember when I was coming up, I had to get a bucket of soapy water and pour a little bleach in it and go outside and take a straw broom and scrub outside the goddamn house. Make them do things so that when they get older, they'll be used to doing things. Don't have them have years and years and years of just laying around all day, all night, just laying around playing video games, talking on the phone. Don't do. You're setting the child up for failure. Anyway, those are my thoughts for the moment. I just want, because this hurts for me to see this video today, because it's prevalent in our communities. And I'm not saying white communities don't go to the same thing. I'm just saying, for a lot of us, by the time a child realizes, oh, I'm 20 years old, I'm supposed to be out of the house doing something. Or, oh, I got a girl pregnant. Oh, when you do go get a job, they start hitting you up for child support because you got somebody pregnant. That's an 18-year sentence. That's 18 years. That's like having invisible chains on. So I'm just, don't. Folks, I'm just talking to my African-American brothers out here. That grandma shit rarely works. you know. So I'm just saying, I'm just telling you, it rarely works. Protect the minds of the young boys so that when they grow up, they don't become a slouch. Because there's a lot of truck drivers out here. If you listen to some of these live feeds and shit, you can tell the people that really is just spoiled rotten. You check. If you're living with your parents and you're 40 years old, something's wrong. Something's wrong. At some point, while you're living in your parents' house and you are an adult and you have a decent job, you're supposed to be saving up for a mortgage so that one day they're going to be gone. Or you need to buy you a little house, just something. So that one day they're going to be gone. If you're laying up hoping for the insurance money going to kick in, oh, they'll get insurance money and then I'll be set. All these pipe dreams, it happens. People get fortunate. Their parents have life insurance money and they own a house and then they can. But what happens is you can watch years go by and I don't want to call somebody's name, but there's a person recently, a driver. His parents are where they can't do nothing now. So they can't even pay their own mortgage. He's been living with them. He's like in his fucking 40s, right? And so now he's just now waking up to the fact, oh, if I don't start paying their mortgage, we all ain't going to have no place to stay. Well, no, I don't want to say that. Let me say this. I suggest going ahead and buckling down for a year or two by any means necessary and paying off that house so that no matter what happens in the future, you'll have somewhere to stay where you don't pay rent. And I say that because if you don't do it, you're going to end up like everybody else, but you're going to be older. And at some point, your body will start breaking down. And I know the older drivers don't talk about this, but as you get older driving these trucks, you're sitting all day long. You're sitting all night long. What happens is your body starts to fade. And you're no longer going to be able to walk as long as you used to walk. You're no longer going to be able to stand as long as you're used to standing. Your body will not be able to do the things that it used to do as you get older. So if you start waking up in your 50s talking about what you're going to do, you're going to realize your body no longer cooperates with what you want to do. Your body no longer wants to do the things that you want to do. In other words, you can't stand a long period of time. You can't just go get a local job and be in and out of the truck all day. I mean, when I went and got a local regional job, it killed me, bro. That delivering every day 3 stops, that was a Ward Truckload Express, I think it was. That delivering 2-3 loads a day, man, that shit after a couple of weeks, my body just said, fuck you, everything quit. So I'm just telling you, just respect your youth and take care of your body and do the things that you need to do to prepare for your old age when you're young. Because there will be a time when your body's going to say, I'm sorry, Cat, we can't do that no more. By we, I mean your knees, your ankles, your elbows will all of a sudden say, oh man, I can't. We can't do that no more. We sorry, we tapped out. It's over, you know. Anyway, those are my thoughts for the moment. God bless everybody. And maybe I shouldn't have said this, but it's just the truth.